Today, we're taking a look at a new Spyder Checkr video from Datacolor. Have you ever struggled to get consistent color across all your cameras and lenses? Well, stress no more. Datacolor has got your back. The Spyder Checkr video is going to be your best friend on set, working with vector scopes and waveform monitors to ensure color consistency from your first shot to your final delivery. With this ideal small design for traveling, it's like having the secret weapon in your pocket, making post-production color correcting a breeze. So who is it for? This Spyder Checkr is perfect for all of us that shoot predominantly video, as the charts are designed to work with Rec. 709. It's ideal for anyone that shoots video and knows they need accurate results. This is particularly important for those of us that work with brands that have physical products. These products need to look exactly the same on video as they do in real life. So using a color checker like this to ensure accurate colors is vital. The Spyder Checkr video is also great for anyone that shoots with multiple cameras and needs to match them in post-production. Using the checker makes this process really simple. So inside the box you'll find the Spyder Checkr video case itself and 5 replaceable color reference cards. 4 of these cards are already housed within the case, but you also get an alternative patch in a protective sleeve. The cards include a color pattern card, where the target and pattern alignment are rated for Rec. 709, a color patch card, where the target alignment is also rated for Rec. 709, a grayscale card with 3 large bars for white, 50% grey and black, plus a 22-step grayscale chart, a standard grey card. This is 18% grey for use for white balance, and a focus star. You'll also get an attachable lanyard in the box. So how do you use it on set? The process for using the Spyder Checkr video during production is incredibly simple. Even though the charts allow you to accurately adjust your white balance in post-production, it's always recommended to get your correct white balance in camera when possible. To set a custom white balance in camera, you can use the grey card. Make sure it takes up the majority of your frame. You may have to adjust your camera position or zoom in to be closer than needed for your real shot. Avoid any glare on a card by adjusting position as needed, and then use your camera's built-in white balance tool to set it for each scene needed. Then all you need to do is gather your reference shot by filming a few seconds of the color and grayscale cards. Remember to avoid any glare on the cards by adjusting their position as needed, as this can interfere with the accuracy of the results. I'd recommend filming a reference shot for each different location or setup, as the lighting will change for each. Datacolor recommends when you take your reference shots to hold the card in this orientation. So how do you use it during post-production? Once you've brought your footage into your editing software of choice, it's very straightforward to use the charts to ensure your footage is as color accurate as it can be. I'm using DaVinci Resolve in this example, but similar methods can be applied in Premiere Pro, Final Cut, and other non-linear editing systems. The first step is to make sure you find a clean frame with no reflections. I've done no other corrections at this stage, other than using a color space transform to bring my S-Log2 footage to Rec. 709. I like to split the process into 3 steps. Step 1 is white balance, exposure, and contrast. Step 2 is hue, and step 3 is saturation. I create 3 separate nodes for each of these steps. You can create a mask around the chart to make it easier to view on the waveform. Again, while it's always recommended to get the right white balance in camera, you can use the chart to ensure you've definitely got it in post-production as well. Make your exposure and contrast adjustments until you're happy, and then you can move on to step 2. Using the checker as a reference makes it easy to see where your levels are sitting. For this next step, switch to the vector scope. Make sure 2x zoom is switched on and the skin tone indicator. Again, for this step, I create a mask around the correct section of the chart, and then I select the hue versus hue curves and turn on all the buttons. These correlate to the patches that you see on the chart. I'll adjust these levels until they line up correctly, and then I'll move on to adjusting the saturation with the hue versus sat curve, and then I'll make further adjustments until the levels line up with the correct boxes. An additional step you can take after this is to mask around the skin tone patches on the checker and ensure they are lined up with the skin tone indicator on the vector scope. You should now have an accurate looking image and a fantastic starting point for your creative color grade if needed. You will need to repeat this technical stage for each reference chart you shot. You can use node groups or adjustment layers to apply the technical corrections to all of the other various shots from each particular setup. So what are my design thoughts? The design looks great to me. It fits in your hand, and it makes it so easy to hand off to talent without having to worry about them covering the patches when capturing reference shots. I'd really like to see a slightly larger version of this available one day, perhaps on a similar scale to the original Spyder Checkr, but with this new design. It would be useful as well if it could include a retractable thread, but I understand why it couldn't be included in this version due to its size. So some useful things to keep in mind. If you're a hybrid shooter, each of these charts can be switched out and replaced as needed. Try to avoid actually touching them, as they are very sensitive to fingerprints, and this can have an impact on the accuracy of the results. Overall, I'm really impressed with this new version. I'm so pleased they've designed it with video creators in mind. This is a fantastic addition to the Datacolor lineup of products, and I can see myself taking it with me on every shoot going forward. It has everything you need as a video creator to ensure consistent and accurate results, all in an ideal small form factor. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know what you think of this new Spyder Checkr in the comments. If you'd like to see more videos on low budget cinematography and filmmaking in general, you can subscribe below. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.